Hello and welcome back to TEW Extreme Wrestling, and we're at Survivor Series, and this is a post recording because my capture card did not pick up my mic, so let's get into this. Right, so we start off with Gene Oakland and Arnold opening up Survivor Series, talking about the matches to come, and it rating was 73. Well, it's something to start off with, and I wouldn't expect too much from this show, as I was trying to fix up the WWF at the beginning part of the first year. But yeah, they're talking about the matches that are coming up. So, as they talk about the matches that are coming up and a mysterious partner for later on, we get into the first match in about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Ugh. The Genius won the Battle Royale in 9 minutes and 40 seconds. The other members of the Final Four were Paul Diamond, Paul Roma, and Virgil, with Paul Diamond being the final elimination. Paul Diamond got the most elimination over the course of the match, and it's rated 41. We're not off to a great start for Survivor Series, but you know, as I said, I'm working my way up. I got a lot to do. So, ready for this match in about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Diamond Dallas Page defeats Jim Powers in 10 minutes and 30 seconds by pinfall with the Diamond Cutter. Rated 30. It's just bad. It's just really, really bad. Survivor Series is sucking so far. Alright, in about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Yokozuna defeats Jim Brunzell in 8 minutes 22 seconds by pinfall with the Bonsai Drop. Rated 31. Vampire Warrior had an interview hyping his upcoming singles match with Ron Garvin. Rated 35. See, I signed most of these familiar faces, and they just need a lot of work. Just a lot of work they need. So, yeah. In about that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, Vampire Warrior defeats Ron Garvin in 10 minutes 28 seconds by pinfall with the Impaler DDT. Rated 29. Oh my. Booker T had an interview hyping his upcoming singles match with Keith Hart. Rated 34. In a poor match, Booker T defeats Keith Hart in 9 minutes and 38 seconds by pinfall with the Missile Dropkick. The five-time world champion, soon to be world champion, maybe, who knows. Ahmed Johnson had an interview hyping his upcoming singles match with Fatu. In a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Fatu defeated Ahmed Johnson in 12 minutes and 51 seconds by pinfall with a Samoan Splash. Alright, then we have Gene Oakland and Arnold back talking about what has happened so far, which was terrible, and still hyping the upcoming matches that are about to happen, the elimination tag matches and elimination triple threats and that coming up. Alright, in about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas, Vladimir Koloff, Bushwhacker Butch, and Bushwhacker Luke defeat Bruce Hart. Oh wow, that's a lot. Hercules Hernandez, King Kong Bundy, Pat Tatanka, and Akio Sato. It's just a poor match. That's all I can say. It upsets me. It upsets me a lot. don't worry, in the future things will change. Just the Survivor Series is just gonna suck. Well, Gene Okerlund and Arnold talking about the next elimination tag match coming up. It's just getting worse. 62. They're dropping. They're losing the crowd because of these poor matches. The crowd's not interested. The crowd's going home. And about the had good heat and decent wrestling, Bill Casimira, Demolition Crush, Dustin Rhodes, Coco Beware, and Owen Hart defeats Mr. Perfect Nikolai Volkov, the Warlord Akeem, and Black Bar. So there's a lot I need to do. There's some wrestlers that need to go, and I do need to bring in established names, not young people, not the up and comers. The up and comers need to work. They need more time in the oven. And I just need to get rid of certain people. So yeah. Rick Rude had an interview hyping his upcoming match with Kerry Von Erich. Rated 54. I'm sorry, Rick Rude. Everything's downhill. In about the had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Rick Rude defeats Kerry Von Erich in a cage escape match. Try to make the match card very diverse, not just with every elimination tag match, but Rick Rude defend his Intercontinental Championship, rated 69. It's just, And about the had great heat and decent wrestling, the Legion of Doom defeats the Rockers, Demolition, and Hart Foundation in 21 minutes 24 seconds in order of elimination. The Rockers first, then Demolition, then finally the Hart Foundation. Legion of Doom wins the World Tag Team titles. In terms of ring work, Bret Hart is head and shoulders above everyone else. Bret Hart is the man. Right, then we got Gene Okerlund and Arnold talking about the next match and this mysterious tag team partner of the next team for Snake Jake Roberts. I know in real life it was the $1 Million Man, but I just wanted to put The Undertaker with Jake Roberts. It was only a 56. Damn. But still, it might be iconic in the future. They might say this Survivor Series was underrated in its time, but for now, it sucks. And about the had fantastic heat and decent wrestling, Jake Roberts, Scott Hall, Honky Tonk Man, Greg Valentines, and The Undertaker defeats Dusty Rhodes, Jimmy Snuka, Rick Martel, Ricky Steamboat, and the British Bulldog. Rated 67. Such like a mid-card. It's just a mid-card match. Such a mid-card match. But most of these guys is what I'm going to be working around in the WWF. Well, the British Bulldog, Jake Roberts, The Undertaker mostly. Those are going to be some guys that I'm working around in WWF in the future. Gene Okerlund and Arnold are back. They're building up the rating. They're talking about the next match, Hulk Hogan's team versus the $1 Million Man's team. It's gonna be something. And about the had fantastic heat and decent wrestling, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Von Erich, Tugboat, Jim Duggan, and Tito Santana defeats the $1 Million Man, Earthquake, Dino Bravo, Haku, and the Barbarian. In 20 minutes 30 seconds, Haku was eliminated first, then Kevin Von Erich, then Dino, then Tugboat, then the Barbarian, and Jim Duggan then Tito Santana, Earthquake, and then finally the $1 Million Man, Luke. So it was like Hulk Hogan versus the $1 Million Man at the end. Rated 62. It's kind of what I expect from like Hulk Hogan. But now we go to the main event. Rowdy Piper had an interview hyping his upcoming match with Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior in a triple threat elimination match. In a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Roddy Piper defeats Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior in 15 minutes 36 seconds. In order of elimination, the Ultimate Warrior was first, and then Randy Savage. Roddy Piper makes defense number 5 for the World Heavyweight title. The Ultimate Warrior was the weak link in this match, struggling to keep up with everyone else in the ring's performance. 56, thank you, Ultimate Warrior. Thank you. It's just poor. It's just really, really poor. The show was a 59. I don't even know how we increased popularity in 11 regions. I'm gonna just thank the best wrestlers and then move on. But yes, I've been Aaron Paradise. This has been Total Extreme Wrestling with the WWF in the 90s. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode with another post voice recording. Yeah, thank you and goodbye.